All right, all right. All right. Okay, let's check. See if we are good on all three platforms. One, two, two. I guess two. Oh, no, we're good for all three. So I'm going to ask a question that looks like to no one. But I already know the answer to the question. That is, are we live? I said, are we live? It looks like we are. Vigilante Wednesday here on the 145th episode of VW Casual. Earlier than usual. It's midday. Have Mondays off, which I've had the whole time, right? This isn't new. But I'm usually not up. In this case, I've stayed up all night. My sleeping habits are terrible. They're not going to get any better. My schedule's going to change pretty soon. But I appreciate anyone who's watching this live or on the playback. We do get people watching the playback. Should have had a topic. That's what a professional would have had. Especially because it's maybe not the biggest stream. I mean, we can keep talking about the Superman thing. I'm not seeing it or in the theater. I haven't seen it yet. I don't really know if I should see it. Honestly, I probably won't. I still am interested in the fallout. I'm interested in the fact that it made less dollar for dollar than Man of Steel. And that's crazy to me. Hey, sent your dildo. Wandering sent your dildo. Appreciate you being here, man. Appreciate you being here. Because somebody asked about you. I think it was Courtney. Asked about you. But yeah, I'm up. Actually, I was making music. I was kind of all night making music and looking up business stuff because I'm about to officially start a label. And that's lots of stuff. So yeah, afternoon stream because of my sleep schedule being jacked up. Hey, Forbidden Ruin. I guess, with lack of a better topic, I'm covering the fallout of Superman, even without seeing it. Paulie from Latino Slant likes it. I think it just boils down to, do you like James Gunn style? Some people love that style, and they'll love that movie. I've heard it. It definitely seems like it went for the brain rot generation. It went for the post-MCU generation. But a lot of that's going to be successful. But the fact that it made dollar for dollar less, not by much, but still made $120 million in this era, which is still important. I also get that, the music do similar to where, in 2007, outside of like Lil Wayne, there weren't artists selling the same amount that they were selling just in 2001, where Kazaa and Napster, even though Napster was around, but everything hadn't hit so hard. So if you sold platinum in 2007, that was an accomplishment, where there were people going triple platinum in 2001. Basically, while inflation's still going up, because this is not adjusted for inflation. The Thursday to that is including the Thursday, but the Thursday sale, and there's some people who are kind of trying to skew it, but no, if you go Thursday to Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday for both movies, Man of Steel and the recent Superman movie, Man of Steel edges it out, 128 million to 122 million. So even though 120 million is a success, relatively, they're doing worse than what they were 12 years ago. Yes, movie theaters are down. Yes, the economy's down. Yes, we're in a different place. But we also had hyperinflation, so those tickets are worth more. Now, watching at it, one thing I didn't like Superman and Cuffs because some cunt wrote it away. So you did like it. See, I hate some mixed things. The things that I've heard that I don't like, it sounds like it was a pretty good action movie, right? It does sound like it's a pretty good action popcorn movie. I just talked about F1 being a very good, going to the theater, fast car, go zoom, entertaining movie. And there's nothing wrong with a popcorn movie. I do like that it sounds like it's a hopeful Superman. I don't like James Gunn's Joker Minute style. I didn't like Guardians. Everyone else loves Guardians. It just wasn't for me. The whole wokeness, I don't know. I haven't heard much about woke. Well, I did hear somebody complain about Lois a little bit, but I mean, Lois has always been that character. Like, I mean, she's always been a more career focused. Part of the reason she even meets Superman because she's always getting herself in trouble, and she cares more about getting the story than anything. So it's like I don't really. I mean, she probably was bitchy. She always bitchy. Like she's never not bitchy. You know what I mean? That's kind of that is in her character. So I'm like, don't do that. I like. I'll tell you some things I do like. I like that there are people that like it, even if I don't go see it, or if I do see it, I'm gonna sell the high seas. It's because I like Superman as a character, and I don't like the fact that he's been shit on for like multiple generations. So if people are enjoying this, that's a positive. I can't deal with James Gunn's Joker Minute style, but that's popular. So we'll see how this goes. I'm not a Snyder bro. Like I said, it's interesting it made less than Man of Steel, but it's also the fact, hey, we're in a different era. We'll see what this movie does and how these movies play out the rest of the year. We got Fantastic Four in a few weeks or whatever that is. When we're at the end of the year, what is the top box office even going to look like? You know what I mean? Did Wicked come out last year or this year? You just think, like, okay, what is that era where it was just $1 billion? I mean, we had Fast and the Furious movies, Disney live action remakes, rather it was Aladdin and the Lion King or some dumb shit like that, and then Pixar movies, and then of course the MCU. And between those several franchises, every 2 or 3 months a movie was making $1 billion between 2014 to the pandemic, and after the pandemic that ended, or 2014 to Endgame, whatever, you can go the whole 2010s. I think that era is done, but they still spending like it's in that era. So how are they gonna make money? Unfortunately, this is the one platform that can't. There's not an independent voice yet, so we still got to deal with the corpo system. Cuffs of Man is still because the first to reboot, but 5 movie in is shit. Well, it's a new reboot, it's a new era. And I also don't understand, is Peacemaker in this universe, because Peacemaker was technically in the Snyder years. Hey, Zombie, and we got some 12K on Instagram, fucking congrats. 12 Fast and Furious movies, including the spin-off, and making it 13. Don't care for Gun, that quippy shit annoys me. Guardians 1, but you did like Guardians 1 lightning in the bottom. Fair enough. Congrats. I've been messing with music. I seen this. I seen a lot of people fucking with this on Instagram. Actually, give me time to get my fucking phone, which went off as I try to charge it. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that quippy stuff. No, this is not a continuation of the current story. They're totally rebooting the story. It's a total reboot. It's a total start from the finish. Now, I don't know. Somehow they're going to shoehorn Peacemaker in this. Peacemaker was in the DCEU, the old Snyderverse, technically. Like that Suicide Squad movie that James Gunn did technically was in the Snyderverse. Because remember, it had Harley Quinn. It had other characters that were already established in the Snyderverse. So I don't know how the new Peacemaker season is going to be in this universe. I don't know if they're going to explain it. I'm not sure if he's going to do a Deadpool type thing where he transfers through universes. Because all these things have multiverses. And I don't know if they're going to come back to that because of the multiverse. Because they established the multiverse in the Flash universe. And so, very technically, they could always bring Snyder stuff over because of the Flash. And they've already established that they can go into different universes, including universes that never existed, like the. So technically, while this isn't a continuation, this is considered a reboot because we're in a post-multiversal world, and we've already seen with No Way Home. You can always in Deadpool and Wolverine, you can always go back into other universes. Whether people like that or not, that's just it's a thing comic books does, and so they brought that to the film. But no, it is in intention. It is intended to be a complete reboot, and I also don't know if the Batman, which I didn't like, and was really frustrated. Even though I thought the Penguin was better, but that was also a lot of that was format and just the nature of the Penguin as a series, as opposed to what the Batman was as a film. and all the things that was trying to accomplish. So it's like it's not quite a fair apples to apples comparison, just because they've done something interesting with this world that they didn't do enough to our thing. Plus, they made too many mistakes. Plus, we got this thing. If there is a shared thing between Batman and Superman, spoilers for all these stuff. If you want to see it, even though I haven't seen it, I've heard enough spoilers because I just couldn't. I still am a DC fan. I still am a DC fan in the same way I'm still a Lions fan. And hey, the Lions, that fandom is paid off. So I still want DC to win. I get that you guys are over the Cape shit. Another thing I've realized, a lot of people are not. A lot of people are not over the Cape shit. A lot of people, you forget there's a young generation who grew up with the Cape shit as everything. And there's a lot of people, because I going into this movie, just seeing some of the reactions, you remember, no, there are still a lot of people who want superhero movies. Now, how many? Is as many? It's not enough people. It's not as many people willing to go to the movies in general as it was in 2018 and back. It just ain't. In 2015, 2016, the movies just aren't the same place culturally. And with the inflation on top of it, people are cutting back on things like the movies, on things like restaurants. They're not cutting them out completely, but they're not doing it like they was. And so because of that, there's less money to make anyway, just off the strength. Even if you got something that's big, even something like the Minecraft movie. What did the Minecraft movie do? That was a big hit this year. May end up being the biggest movie of the year, right? Minecraft. Minecraft movie box office. Ooh, that did get close to $1 billion globally. 420 million locally, 520 international. So that's probably gonna be the biggest movie. That's basically $1 billion. Right, very close to it. So that's gonna probably be the biggest movie of the year. I don't think anything's beating Minecraft. Cause I don't think anything. And then that international don't count the same. You got to give up more internationally than you do domestically. So it hit right around $1 billion, 950 million. At least that's the thing. Maybe it passed it. Since I'm just going off the AI overview on see Box Office Mojo. It still has a 955. I can actually show y'all that real quick. It's Box Office Mojo. I mean, and actually, let's see if they got something for the whole year while we at it. And then we'll play Zombie Man music. Whoa. Streamception. So, Box Office Mojo, a Minecraft movie, domestic, 423 million, international, 531. So, right around $1 billion. You can just call that $1 billion to me. Opened 162. So, that opened more. So, more people cared about Minecraft than this Superman movie. And that's just being legitimate, and there's no one would argue that. That's not even arguable. Let's go yearly. Number one release is a Minecraft movie so far. And that's probably going to stay that way. You obviously had that Barbie Oppenheimer thing that happened a couple years ago. What did Inside Out 2 do? That did pretty good. So they still get $1 billion plus. What Top Gun Maverick do? I bet you that's probably less. No, that still did good. Okay. Wow. I didn't realize Top Gun Maverick. Whoa. 1.4 billion worldwide, 700 domestic, 700 international. Holy shit, that was a massive hit. Top Gun Maverick. I had no fucking clue. I had no clue. Minecraft hit the Zoomers though. The Zoomers love Minecraft to the point where they almost wanted to ban them out of theaters, but they couldn't because they was making so much money. They was throwing popcorn and shit. Deadpool, Wolverine, domestic 600 last year. So domestically about 600. Wicked. What did Wicked do? I know that probably made some money. Damn it, Wicked only made 750. I thought that made a lot of money because I remember we went to see some and there was a lot of people going to see Wicked. So the only movie that really made a ton of money this year, well, this was between both years, but mainly last year. So really it's Minecraft. That was a big hit this year. And I don't think anybody's going to pass Minecraft. I don't think there's nothing coming that's going to pass it. So that's just where we are. I don't know what they're going to do with this Superman because I don't know that they're going to make all the money they need back. They're not going to make $1 billion. They may make $600 or $700 million, and there's no shame in that if they do that. Usual, so I don't really care how it's Top Gun. I mean, I heard nothing but positive reviews. They apparently the same director who made F1, and I like F1, so I would imagine I like Top Gun. I mean, you like the original, so I don't. It made a lot of money, man. It made $1.4 billion. That's an incredible number, especially in this era, because it's just like you're not prime. There were so many movies that just walked out and just got $1 billion for nothing. Even this Jurassic World, I went off the screen, but I got $500 million combined, $200 million domestically. And that's nothing. The domestic versus international. I mean, to me, domestic is what really matters. But you know, all this. Hollywood is money laundering. They fudge numbers. Hollywood is still a game. But these numbers still are indicators of where the interest is, where the people really have whether or not they're going to see these shits. Really. Watch both Top Gun before Bobby. Yeah, me too. F1 was pretty good. F1 I really like. It could have been more realistic. It could have featured actual F1 drivers more. But it definitely shows you it shows you what it's like being a driver in those cars, and that's enough. Just using really high quality cameras on really fast cars and real tracks and showing how fast those cars go around when they bump each other. That was enough. You didn't need to do more, and they didn't. And for 2 hours, it was just unreal. It was like you went go-kart racing for 2 hours, especially if you had a good theater, which I did. And so I was like, that was cool with me. Jeez, look at even. Oh, this is Homecoming. I thought this was a different one. So yeah, it's not looking good. I hope we'll see what they do with that Superman. I don't know what number they need. It seems like it's a high one. It seems like they need a bill, and I just don't think they're gonna get it. Love Warfare in theater. I don't know if I saw Warfare, but F1 in theater, I would recommend. All right, enough rant. Let's get into some Zombie Man, and we will be back shortly. This is blowing up on Instagram, and shout out to Zombie. You said you got 12K on Instagram. Congrats! I got to get like you to get my Instagram numbers up. When we start releasing music, I'm gonna post more on Instagram. All right, which should hopefully be in the next 6 weeks, 8 weeks. We'll see. All right, in any event, Bala Mienti remix. Mienti. The G is Enti. I don't know. We'll just call it Bala. I'm gonna try not to mess it up. By Zombie Man here on VW Casual. I like that. I mean, I'm sure it's maybe something we done with the mix, but I just still sound pretty raw. Was Bala Mi Gente just still pretty sound like a banger, man. Oh man, I thought it just whatever. But you putting that shit together still, bro. Putting that shit together. The Zombies girl maybe Brazilian. I don't know. He just love that favela funk. Is that a Pete and Bass sample? You recognize the samples? Oh, it sure is. This shit is hard. Actually, we can play that real quick. Oh, I guess. Oh, we probably took the same sample. Yeah, that sounds like a sample. Which I mean, shit. That remember when man, that shit used to happen a bunch. Yeah. Don't leave me, girl. And it was the same. I think it was the bar sample. That I ain't mad at you. And then when Southstar, Smiles of Southstar, and I think it was Ja Rule had the same sample. That happens quite a bit. Worst Come to Worst has the same sample as Ludacris, Growing Pains. You can't copyright no beat. And only shit, we drum samples. I mean, there's a trillion. We use like the James Brown ones, especially obviously Funky Drummer, and then there's a few other ones. But hopefully Pete and Boss, they not too big to fuck with us. I mean, you never know, cause shit, y'all even when y'all put out music, sometimes it'll be copyright heavy just cause the distributor. So I don't mean it's them, but we'll check it out.
Keep one eye open for the plain clothes. I need more leg room for the plane home. It's shit to the boys in Lagos. Nailed it down when a man need favours. Transatlantic for me flavours. Might chuck the chips down in Vegas.
Bonjour to the birds in France. Voulez-vous coucher avec moi? One love when I'm in Jamaica. I bust Magnum when I wine and dance. German whip with a German stick and a German chick while I'm out in Maine. Play some meat out there in the beach chairs with the cheek ass out in Spain.
King Kong banging on my chest, I'm global. Running up numbers, money man mogul. We don't chit chat, we ain't vocal. We shit packs out doing up postal. Shake hands with the locals, network and we don't mean social. Stepped out in Italian suede, I tell a man pray, go and tally up total.
Now once upon a time I had dents in a ride. Had zilch in a bank, then I broke down bricks to serve up in the night time. Now I'm Mr. Worldwide, wanna pull up past girls, wanna jump into the car and ride. I must apologise, I don't really have time to chat and threaten eyes with a threatening mind.
Coming in, just touch down in, doubling, get cash back, then double it, bubbling, car in a pot, then shovel it, smuggling, pay for the jewels I'm covered in, going in, grabbing him, let's be having him. I just sparked a man's lights out allergen, then I boxed him up nice and packaged him, shipped the man next day like Amazon.
I just stepped out in Turkey, and I'm feeling 30. Had tobacco so dirty, these must when I'm feeling thirsty. Keep the dumb board on top, but the back's all nice and curly. Lord knows I tried to quit smoking, but the 20 decks £1.30.
And the 20 decks £1.40, wife in Gibraltar brought that back for me. Tell her I'm out in Dubai smoking doobies, be back shortly. Yeah, and the blood just caught me, slap on the wrist, mate, naughty. Yeah, so I slapped him a 50, federally changed his mind quite quickly.
My man changed his tune, banging on the drum, make click, click, boom. Laid a quick track with me old mate fumes, and then kick back with a pint and spoons. Feet up with me hobnail boots, to sip another pint, it's time to get loose. See that boy said he owes me money, everyone is that Mike duck goes.
I feel a little burn when I back that goose.
I'm having them up large on a coastal cruise.
A couple of rap stars in a three-piece suit.
You never would have believed that's what we do.
I look at the red dot when I ride and shoot.
I come and collect what when I'm sliding through.
I fill up a red cup like I'm out in you.
S.A. out here, low rides in the coupe.
I'm out here. You want some?
Come and get it when I'm running on my lonesome.
Sawn off now, I'm running with a long one.
Dot left him laid there in his long johns.
Ping pong get slapped with a backhand.
Baseball bet with a barbed wire rap ran.
Back in the net when I shoot that shot.
Get laid at WWE SmackDown.
Yeah, hasta luego. Well, I'm going to the boys in Tobago. Keep one eye open for the plane close. I need more leg room for the plane up. A share to the boys in Lagos. Styled it down when a man need favours. Transatlantic for me flavours. Might chuck the chips down in Vegas.
Bonjour to the birds in France. Full of Vuka,
Fuck beating boss.
One love when I'm in Jamaica. I pass Magnum when I wine and dance. German whip with a German stick and a German chick while I'm out in
They be
Maine.
spitting. They got flow, man.
With the chick ass out in Spain.
They got flow. I fuck with them old motherfuckers. And Ruin, I'm kind of with you. I'm starting to turn the corner on AI because we can't avoid it. One, that's the first step. It's definitely useful for some ideas, finding stuff, research. You know what I mean? I talked about one of these streams. I think I put a poll up. Should I be in videos? Well, I am gonna be in some videos. I'm not gonna be in all of them. So I'm looking for found footage and public domain footage and stuff like that. And I could use ChatGPT to help me find a bunch of different repositories, all this public domain material that I need. So it's just like, you know what I mean? It's so much stuff. Yeah, they have fun. They got the little dance going. Cool shit. Learn stuff about how to put together a bit. I mean, it's just all such information. And we have search engines, but because search engines have gotten so shitty, ChatGPT or AI tool can really help informationally. If I didn't hate the way everything looked in AI, I would maybe do an AI video, music video, or AI art. I just hate the visuals. Even that new, what's the shit? Google has a new visual. Hey, Fizz, appreciate you being here, Fizz. And Zach, appreciate you being here. Google has a new visual, and it looks more, I hate the way AI looks. I just can't deal with AI visuals. I just don't like the aesthetic. How are you an animated video? I'm gonna be honest, Fizz. I'm not opposed to doing that, but you yourself admit that you don't necessarily have everything to, like. I would probably want more from an anime. I feel like I might want more from an animator than you may be able to. And I don't mean this to be mean. Not because it's not your knowledge. You just said your system can't handle a lot of things. So I'm like, how can you handle multiple? How can you handle each project? First two projects are shorter, but 20 minutes to a half an hour worth of content every month or every couple months worth of animation when you're having trouble getting the thing. And that's the thing, man. If you had a better setup, I know it's like chicken and the egg because you had more money, you would have a better setup. And then that may not be that big of a deal. But because of the limitations that you talked about with your setup and seeing some, that stuff you did, I don't even know what you know what I mean. I just like I feel like I could come up with something on my own that would probably be stronger. That's just and I might be wrong. I might do something that's worse, and I would have been better off hiring you. But I don't want to say that as a not, because as long as you keep working at it, you'll get better, and as long as you can find some income source, and let's pray that you do, you'll be able to upgrade your equipment. Hell, I'm looking for a second income source. The only way a lot of this stuff I want to do is going to work if I can find another income source to help fund it. And so that's just what it is. It'll help indie guys make the videos. Yeah, I get that. I don't have the money to hire a pro. I just don't like I said, it's just AI, just the visuals don't look. Maybe more abstract, artsy stuff, but the raws just look like reality stuff. It just creeps me out. Was DAW you need Apple Peers for editing, or you have Frankenstein's monster? Well, right now I'm using DaVinci Resolve, and this ain't the most expensive system. I mean, probably with its power now, it's probably like $500. But I think I paid about a rack a few years ago, or close to it, to build this. But if you're talking about editing movies, where you still need. That's nothing. I gotta get my hard drive space. I'm thinking of getting. I need both mobile SSD and a lot of HD, just to like actual hard drive to keep it, to archive everything. So those are future investments. That's actually part of the reason. Yeah, if you really want to edit fast and render fast, yeah, you are going to have to put bands. I can get, but that's why it is. That's the problem with, especially doing visuals. The better your setup, the better you do. You know what I'm saying? The better your setup, the better you do. So yeah, I mean, even my shit can only do so much. Couldn't edit a movie with my shit. I wouldn't even try. Editing a music video, I haven't tried that yet, and that's gonna be a challenge. So I haven't tried that. I do need backup. I need to be. I got. That's gonna be an investment too. But that's part of why we're doing the business. So it's like when that comes out of my pocket, I can write it off. It's like, okay, instead of just buying backup, put it in a business account. The business bought backup. The business doing this, and I'll have a PO. Well, it won't be a PO box, but I'll have an address so you guys send stuff too if you want to do that again. I had a PO box back in Charlotte. Apparently, in the Superman movie, James Gunn has metamorphosed turn into Kryptonite as his main role instead of having Metallo. Very good point. Metallo would have served that role. If you're jamming a trillion characters, why not have Metallo? You could have probably written a whole better movie off of Metallo. Let's say make Superman part of the reason he's even going through, or at least he thinks it is. See, I liked what they did, and I'm not sure if that was the comic one where Lex made him sick, so he needed to become Metallo. Takes about an hour to render a half-hour video. Yeah, it's a long time. But I mean, if you, I mean. Maybe I'll give you a trial run. I don't want to totally say no. I'll give you a trial run and see what we come up with, and maybe just try to give you something, even if it doesn't work out. Just say, all right, I toss you something. So I'm not gonna totally rule it out if it is. But even if I was, I wouldn't. There's never a universe where one person is gonna do all my videos ever in any way. Because it's just not, I got too many different ideas, and I got to figure out some sort of animation source no matter what. Anyway, because of that, like, that's just the way it is. Because you got to do everything yourself to a certain extent. PC 1100 Omen does what it does. Playburn Games was a goddamn furnace. That's another thing, man. My shit. Sometimes I'm sure y'all hear it. If I'm playing, I play some modern games. But I'm sure y'all hear that those fans are fanning. So I could use an upgrade in system, which over the next couple years, next year is probably that goal. Like I said, I gotta find a second job so we can start to do some of these things to make this for real, and to do it. Those Apple Silicon chips. That's a lot of people do grab themselves a MacBook Pro. And they don't think about it, and they just get a dock system, and they live their life through their MacBook Pro, and they don't give a fuck. And they'll use it for 10 years, and then they'll just get another one in 10 years, and that's just what they do, and they're cool doing that, or iMac Mini, and I've seen professional setups. And that's mainly what's the guy Andrew Masters does studio tours. And I mean, there's guys that's literally it. Sometimes they just got that and some MIDI, and these are guys that are doing like major projects, major label stuff, or a lot of them are doing sample library stuff, or loop, like free loops and shit like that, or whatever they're doing. But they're doing pretty high level money making stuff. And simple setups, simpler than mine. With they just whatever the most powerful MacBook they can buy that year, they give them $2 to $3K. They don't worry about shit else, and they just run everything through Mac and just live their life. Mac Studios, okay. Tried to play game of the week, Tesla 105, gauge your AC. Whew. Mac Studios, more motherfuckers. But I'm still a PC guy. I could use a laptop for gaming development. I could use a decent laptop for that. Even though we're going to be doing 2D games, so I'm not going to need the strongest. But I don't want to be out of 3D. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to just I cannot use it. So that means you do need to put some bread behind it, especially for a laptop. Like even if I'm not doing graphically demanding stuff, and like I said, I plan on really only doing 2D, but you don't want to just not have that option. So yeah, and then there are streamers with different towers, and it's nothing. I'm running everything through this. So like, the plan is to do. I'm actually just sent my mask to get, or not send it, but I went somewhere to get it repaired, hopefully, and I'll hopefully be able to see. And I plan on, once I get everything situated with that, doing I'm gonna try streaming from my phone. We're gonna do a music stream. And play some music, make some music, go and do that. Hopefully sometime this week. But yeah, there's going to be a lot of stuff. That's why I'm trying to make this a business so I can do things through a business, write some of this stuff off. Because we'll be getting, we're trying to upgrade the stuff, hopefully upgrade the look. Been on this platform 5 years. Put some marketing dollars behind it. Mainly, not really put marketing dollars behind the channel, but just behind, per se, but behind the music, because that's what you have to. I'm not going to buy fake streams, though. Especially because I'm seeing that you don't need to. You might need to buy ads, but the fake, I'm watching other artists that are not signed, and then even, bigger artists that maybe have a tweener deal or distribution deal, because UMG through Empire, I think Empire's through UMG, and a lot of people have Empire deals. I don't want one. This is gonna suck. Yeah, that's another thing. What happens when they start supporting 10? I really wish they didn't do that. I'm gonna be rocking with it for a little longer, but that is terrible. Someone doing an upgrades going from 3090 Ti to a 40. I'm assuming 90, then a 5090, do a PC stream. No idea what the old cards. Live this early in this economy, right? Yeah, I usually have Mondays off. I usually sleep through it. El Gordo, appreciate you being here. I have a whole, that's nothing. I got a whole system that was supposed to be an emulation system using the old card. This is my second PC since starting this channel. Yeah, it was 4090. And using my old card. I'm using, I'm using super middle, lower mid. I think this is like a what is not a Nvidia. What is a Radeon? What is they series like? It's 3 digits. I can't think of Radeon, like RX 4 something. Is it 4? Is it 48 RDX 580? I don't know. I know I could just look. Let me see. Settings. Let me see how to see my. No, I forgot. I'm on Stream Brain. I checked it. Man, fucking Google, don't read my mind. Okay. So sorry, I'm just like I'm curious. Like, what the hell card do I have? It's a Radeon DirectX. Jesus. Okay. I lost. I think it's like a 480 or something, 460 or some shit. It's cheap and free. Diddy might be looking for ours. I'm good on that. I'm good. Diddy coming? No. Yeah, I don't care about upgrading for modern games. It will be upgrading for video editing and stuff like that. Because, yeah, modern games are just not good, and I can emulate most of the stuff. Google was sued and lost a $315 million lawsuit for harvesting, selling data, and Android user data. Man, they are putting so much. They steal so much data. They sell data that they ain't supposed to. They put shit in AI. They keep teaching AI systems. Just wanton copyright bullshit. It's funny. That's one thing. Man, maybe it's because too many people got too many high-profile IP that they don't want AI fucking up. But copyright across the world is one thing that you've seen really at least pushed back on AI. Somebody's asking me they're trying to grow streams faster, maybe because I said something, bot farm. I'm not going to use a bot farm. There's other ways around it, but and Facebook and Apple lost cases for the same thing. Yeah, it's about data. Even yeah, Facebook's for $5 billion. Whoa, but good. I mean, they should be paying more. This shouldn't even be a thing. Why they shouldn't even allow you to sell people's data like that? Because it's too much fucking information, and it's too intrusive. And I don't know if y'all seen, but they take the fucking where they take the camera, or the camera's flashing every 10 seconds or some shit like that. Like, that's fucking crazy. On your phone, it's an infrared. It's an infrared camera taking an image every 5 seconds. Whatever it is. It's like, that shouldn't be a thing. No, it's an RX 660. That's my card. I think my other one was like 480, whatever it is. So that's what is that? Now, I don't think it was that new when I got it. It's not an XT. Okay, well, I guess that's a solid card. Damn, it seems like it's more than what I paid for it, at least looking it up. Or just look, when I look up online, it looks like it's more from what I paid for. I ain't pay that much on it. I thought it was going to be cheaper. But I think, who knows, graphics cards might have jumped since then. Because I remember they jumped crazy during the pandemic. Wow, $20 billion in revenue for Facebook. Wow, 2019. So they're making more now. Wow. Anybody use Facebook? Directly, no. But boomers and older millennials, I guess, do. They still own Instagram and I think maybe something else. But Instagram's their big money maker. Government finds Facebook $5 billion, gives them money back in the contract. Absolutely, they all got contracts. They all CIA, FBI. I mean, whatever that room is in AT&T, they have a direct link. Every platform, every service, everything is directly goes to intelligence and law enforcement first, or CMO stream or CMO capture every piece of data that exists in this country. Graphics cards don't help with physics. That's why games down. I'm not sure what that is. Cut down on physics. I see. What helps with physics? Is that just CPU? And that's it? Palantir. I got a little stock in Palantir just because I figured I might as well own part of the evil empire. I know it's a Thales thing. And I don't trust that fucker. I know they got a bunch of crazy, wacky, intrusive data things that they're, and is there options to run off the video card? Maybe. I'm not an expert. Yeah, I figured just toss something in it. It's like, and I figure if they got government contracts, they ain't going nowhere. Especially not when this ICE and this immigration is so big. That's all gonna be money for them. I'm not editing my videos optimally. I know that. I'm just slapping shit together. Heard this editing software that runs on the car so they don't burn up the processors and RAMs. I wonder how to do that result. I'm not sure if that would be an improvement. I think I only got like a i5 or something like that. This system isn't the kick-ass best. I would like to put a couple grand over, piece by piece, put together a real top-tier system. Main thing with me, though, is just I got to put together a top-tier data solution, storage solution. That's going to be the first. I mean, that's more necessary than anything. The Windows 10 thing, I mean, I'm going to be having to stick with it for at least a little bit. I'll figure something. But man, that actually sucks. Man, so I knew they was gonna do that fizz. I knew they're gonna make her the official Spider-Man. That's what this all been leading towards. She's gonna be Spider-Man. That's what this whole thing is. Even the Miles thing is a way of he's taking the brunt of the wokeness instead of her. He's taking all the brunt, all the backlash, and they're gonna slide her as Spider-Man. That was always the goal. That was always the goal, is make her Spider-Man. She'll probably be in the Spider-Man game. She'll probably have a game in the next 5 years. She might be the next game, Spider-Gwen. But Rowan says her editing software runs in the car, so they don't burn up the processor RAM, because the data channels between the processor RAM slows down the process. Unlike running it directly on one source, the video card. I see. One of the most famous storylines has been erased because Gwen is so marketable. Absolutely. It is about income. It's about money. It's about marketability. And yeah, if they can mix in a little cultural Marxism at times, or mix in whatever propaganda, it's not like there isn't conservative propaganda that pops up, but it's whatever the fuck. It's that's what they've been doing. I mean, I knew this when I saw they have like a kids version of this. I saw this a couple years ago with one of my nephews. Was it one of my nephews or? Yeah, it was one of my nephews. Or cousins. It was somebody youthful that my mom was watching. And they showed a commercial. And it was like Spider-Man, Miles, and Gwen all together, and that's when it hit. Like, Miles is not even gonna be the end game; it's gonna be Gwen, because the way they featured her, it was like she was the main character, and like they're gonna teach your kids that Gwen is the main Spider-Man. That's the long-term replacement. She's gonna replace Peter Parker. She's gonna have her own world. It's a preschool Spider-Man cartoon. They keep pushing her. You know what helps her is the cosplayers. Every year, I mean, yeah, some girls go in a Spider-Man outfit, like a generic one, but just meant for girls. But every year, these cons, between March and November, there's literally hundreds, if not thousands, of that little white and pink suit girls all across the planet putting that shit, buying that shit every year, probably millions. as big as cosplays get, because you know you might get a replacement. I do remember those old PCI cars. Yeah, I remember just that whole the PCI and they had the different jacks. That just looked crazy. The fact they did it. And then you had to for DSP you couldn't use certain effects, and I remember there were people who might, if they liked certain effects, just like you didn't like the upgrade, you keep the old PCI car like up until there's people with like 2002 PCI cars in like 2009 like type shit, because the upgrade may do something you don't like, so you just keep the old one. That was crazy. That was the hardest time to buy equipment and get compatibility. That whole time it took until shout out to Focusrite. They're the ones who really just fixed this shit. There were other companies, and I got Focusrite stuff. I have upgraded my shit since 2016. My converters. The only thing I did is add a second set of channels. It's 8 channels in, and then I added a second one through ADAT, which was the same exact. I didn't even get the ADAT things. I just got another one of this Focusrite Scarlet. I think it is. Just way too much player. Cosplay, yep. Harley Quinn too. I was gonna say that, but you got Harley Quinn was all cosplay. So Harley Quinn, they gave that chick a TV show, multiple seasons of that shit. But Focusrite was the one that simplified that shit. You can also say you can kind of say it was the UAD solos, but really who the fuck am I thinking of? Because a lot of people got those too. Oh my goodness! Now I'm blanking. No, UAD solos. No, what's the UAD? They had a solo heritage edition. Yeah, solo. I'm thinking right. Solo. The new one they got is the Vote. Yeah, those UAD solos is like high end version, but really just that Focusrite. And it's a cheap product. The fact that so many pro vocals are coming in through a Focusrite. What's the fucking thing? The 2i2? 2i2 right now, $129. They just came out with a 4th generation for $200. They're starting to raise the price. But even some places you might be able to get it $120. They finally raised the $200. It was $120 for all this time. You still can get an old one for $120. It'll still work. Probably less than that, get a used one. And you can get a preamp. You can get a solid vocal chain for so cheap now. Like the tech, man. But unfortunately, who's gonna listen to the shit? And how you gonna get it to them? How are you gonna get it to them? Who cares? Yeah, the prices are starting to go up. Supply chain is nuts. Yeah, Harley Quinn's a Epstein list member now. I don't know why they did that shit to her with that dumbass Justice League game. The game should have never been made. DC Warner Brothers making mistakes again. Yeah, Poison Ivy is the climate goblin. How dare you? Yeah, and apparently fucking Harley Quinn is still trying to bone her, even though she's like 14 or whatever the fuck age they made that kid. I didn't play a game. I saw like a screenshot and shit, but I don't really remember. But it's just sick. Sick shit, weird shit. That shit shouldn't have ever dropped. She 12? Jesus fucking Christ. Not to talk about the Epstein list, but what type of shit is that? And I'm missing something. I'm looking at the old stream. I'm missing a lot of 10 and 12. I think she was 10. Yeah, whatever she was, it's crazy that they made Harley Quinn as a grown woman attracted to her. But they're just letting you know how they get down. Letting you know how they get down. Unfortunately. Because that is how they get down out in Hollywood. But yeah, it's fucking crazy. For the Epstein list, if Trump was on it, not unless they all on the same. It's one party, man. They're both on the list. They're all on the list, man. From the DNC and RNC. That's my thoughts on it. I think because listen, I'm sure it can't change your votes, but listen, I don't. I'm done with the whole politics thing. I did mess with Wes because he was streaming and talked about it while I was in his chat. So I guess I said I had no interest, but it's just like I feel like that's, to me, if I say it's both parties, even if you disagree with that, you can't tell me I have no reason to think that. You can't tell me that I'm crazy to think that. Whether you're a Democrat or a Republican or whatever you want is. So at this point, I know Agenda 2030 is right on schedule. I know that the world is trying to get away from cash as a whole, and we're going to CBDCs. I have so much time to acquire as many resources as I possibly can before 2030, and it's my job to do the best I can to do that because I'm blessed to have the opportunity. So that's got to be my focus anyway. We're talking about the real life, day-to-day shit. Now, I got to come up with something to talk to y'all about each night and each day. And I might stream again tonight. I don't know. But as far as Trump, whatever his name is, yeah, he talked about his daughter weird. I mean, if you still support him, that's your business. I think he's a weirdo. I think they're all weird. And there's a lot of pictures. And I every time I brought it up, somebody else got mad. I remember I brought it up once. And maybe not mad, but just had to refute it. When I brought up all the pictures he had with Epstein, I believe it was just another red shirt. He didn't lead a channel over it. Like, which I don't know if Wolvie, if you still hear you listen, that's cool too. Because I saw him come back. And he might even still be a member. But Wolvie said he was going to lead a channel on my show just the Clinton stuff. Just how he was friendly with Clinton. Talking about Trump. And we know Epstein was friendly with Clinton. And we know Trump had pictures with Epstein. And then, going back to the party thing, so often said, why is Trump a racist? All the rappers love him. The rappers that loved him were Sean P. Diddy Combs and Sean Carter. I'm at the Trump International asked for me. That's what Jay-Z said. And what more can I say? I'm at the Trump International asked for me. A lot of those parties that they didn't even bring into evidence in this trial. But that's another can of worms altogether. It's very interesting that both happened. But a lot of those parties were at Trump Tower. And that's not what I'm saying is factual because some of those parties were marketed. So I'm not sure. You could try because who knows what's been wiped. But they had rapper parties at Trump Tower, and that doesn't mean anything in that case, right? But he was buddy with them in a lot of cases too. So I don't know. And the weird shit said it was his daughter, and it's like, listen, just because it would. Even if you operate as if they both hate each other and the hate is real and it's not a work every time they go after each other and all the stuff that, because I think that's a lot of people's thing. They say, oh man, they went after Trump so hard, they gave him a felony, all that, this, that, and the third. It shot at him, which even the shot, man, that's the thing. A lot of people, and there's people who think that was fake too. And it's just like, maybe it was, but the insaneness of having somebody shoot at your ear, and I couldn't risk them fucking up personally, but whatever. I'm not a fucking eyes wide shut party vet. I don't know what these motherfuckers be thinking, right? Or maybe they had some bending test. I don't know. That's not here nor there. Regardless of what you think, it is clear there's a lot of creepy motherfuckers in this government thing. It is clear there's a lot of information, just a greater power structure. I mean, when you talk about what these Diddy parties were advertised as at the time of his arrest, as opposed to what actually got admitted to court, there was just a lot of stuff missing. And then Ghislaine Maxwell is convicted of trafficking no one to no one. There's no client list. And now the client list doesn't exist, so well then free Ghislaine Maxwell. Free Diddy, free her too. And then that weird thing with it's just that this is too much weirdness. It's too much weirdness. I can't tell you where the line crosses with everything in politics. But I can tell you Agenda 2030, all the evil shit I'm worried about is just same on schedule as it is with Orange Man. So maybe there are some things that he read before. Whatever fucking happened to the price of eggs and the price of groceries and the price of gas, I haven't really seen much relief in these ways. I've seen everything other than that. I see this big, beautiful fucking bill that cuts everything worth a damn to any normal human being. They did throw in a tax cut thing, which kind of also incentivized me, like an independent musician tax cut. So I'm gonna try to use that. But still, most of the shit is like corporal slop. People get fucked. A bunch of shit gets cut. It's like, fuck this. You know what I'm saying? Fuck this. This economy still sucks. What happened to giving us some of the Doge money? What happened to that shit? I know him and Elon got into a pissy fit, but where's this shit? Where's that? Because this is the only shit I was going to care about, shit that was actually going to affect me. I don't care about the back and forth. And I know I'm not looking at your comments. I'm going off the strength of me. I'm going to check your comments. I'll read your comments in a second. I don't know how many people have joined. But I just, I'm going to have to figure this shit out just like everybody else. They're going to figure this shit out. Nobody's coming to save you. And if you don't understand nobody's coming to save you, if you don't understand this one big club and you ain't in it, maybe they get into heated fights. Couples fight. Married, but they're still, at the end of the day, there's one big club. Couples fight, like swing on each other. And some of these motherfuckers will get back together. It fucking happens. It fucking happens. They can't publish it. Shit will collapse. I mean, shit, it's already collapsing. You can't, and this is the people on the list are too big to fail. There's already so much information that's been leaked. We already know about the royal family. Was it Prince? Is it Andrew? I always get the fucker mixed up. We already know about Jimmy Savile and shit. There's all this other information that's already leaked. That all you're doing, we already heard stuff about a lot of these people, like Tom Hanks as far as celebrities goes, and like, joke about Stephen Hawking. So a lot of the names, as far as high profile people, we already know about, joke about, talk about. So the list in many ways has already been published in the zeitgeist. But the idea that nothing is going to be done, there's just no justice, and this is just going to continue as usual. Like, hey, everybody, there's completely a trafficking ring that's still going on. And anybody with good sense enough to realize just got to eat it. I mean, it's not surprising as evil as the world is, but it is like fucking horrible to just deal with. Like, that's more reason not to feed into it, because it's like, it's so horrific. What the fuck can you do? Shout out to Tim Tebow, hoping he's not controlled off Jesus Christ, because he's trying to do something about trafficking. But I mean, if he is actually helpful, we won't see him around for long, unfortunately. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, it's just so fucked up and evil. I don't even know what to think about it or do about it. But in many ways, I don't disagree with what you're saying. They can't publish it because of class. Why do they run on it? Maybe they'll just give you the middle finger on top of it. Well, I mean, that was Trump's character. He's a rebel. They ran on it because they ran on it, because it was running on it, not living it, because they can run on it. And he's got so much support that even without it, people will get over this. They'll get over it. The MAGAs will get over it. Some won't, but most will. They'll get over it. And so that's the truth. And we'll get, not only are the MAGAs getting over it, the liberals are going to get over it. If they even care. Because, I mean, you got to know about fucking Biden and Clinton. Clintons, really. So if you know about that, it's like they don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck about that. No one gives a fuck, unfortunately, because everyone's too scared to give a fuck, right? You don't want the back of your head to explode. You don't want to not wake up, so no one really gives a fuck. We just all accept. Not only do we all accept that he didn't kill himself, we just all accept they're too fucking powerful, and we don't really want the smoke. And that's really what it is. Society doesn't want the smoke of how evil the elites really are. We don't want the smoke of it. Not individually, we do, but we don't. That's the truth. Nobody wants to smoke enough to risk their head and their neck. And I'm not saying there's somebody who's about to risk my head over it. I'm not about to risk my head over it. I'm not. I've said everything I said is on record. I still got an opinion, but what the fuck can I do? I appreciate y'all being here. What the fuck can anyone do? So it is what it is. And listen, if you're already over it, that's your business. Y'all can still talk. Like I said, I don't give a fuck. It's all WWE to me at this point. That's why I don't take none of this shit seriously. And shit, AEW just had a good event the other week, the other day. So, wrestling's still popular. So whatever. Pretty sure. Yeah, I think he banged his daughter. I saw that. Some of that conversation was odd, but I brag how beautiful my daughter. The rest was there was another way. I gotta love the loveliest daughter on earth. She's such a beautiful woman. I'm so proud of the woman she would be. Now, if she was younger, I would still fuck. What the fuck? Or if I was, whatever the fuck he said, some weird shit. Hey, Cotton, I mentioned you. But I mentioned you. I was watching West. You were there too, and I started up the politics shit with his stream. Even though I'm sick of it. Picture with Sting don't mean shit. He was a socialite. It's a lot of pictures. It's a lot of pictures of him with Clinton too. Again, I don't know if Wolfie showed up, but he got mad that I kept showing those pictures of him with Clinton, saying they were AI. Those old pictures. There's a lot of pictures with him with Sting. I never really trusted this orange motherfucker anyway, and I've expressed that. But, just is what it is. I don't like the liberals either, so I guess libertarian, sometimes lean populist. Populist leaning libertarian, which, there's some stuff at odds. But I don't really give a fuck. Politics is beyond my control. I have more control talking to y'all. There's 8 people here. I got more control of politics talking to y'all 8 people than going to vote for somebody. And that's a good way to not, less time to waste. Hey, if it's interesting, it keeps you engaged. It gets me through a show. If I got something to say, but I'm not going to keep up with it any further, which I haven't been, till this Epstein thing comes out, But, something comes up, I'll talk about it. Maxwell photobound Elon Musk. The left ate it up. Man, they all the same thing. People saying I got dozens of people with Epstein. But I didn't know. Yeah, it's just like I don't buy it. If you're telling me what I believe they're all sick, eyes wide shut fuckers. If you don't, man, I don't care. I'm not about to convince you. I ain't argue, man. I'm not an argumentative motherfucker. Just how many of these motherfuckers that ended up cucks? That whole Daily Wire team, nothing but cucks. Shout out to I did see one clip, Tucker Carlson. He knows what I know, that Matt Walsh is a flamer. And he tried him on that shit. I don't know if anybody saw that. He said something like he was interviewing Matt Walsh. He was talking to Matt Walsh. I don't know whose show it was on. I just saw the clip on because political shit still show up. And he said, isn't it funny how many clearly gay or how many Republicans who are so against LGBTQ are obviously repressing homosexuals? Isn't it funny, Matt? And Tucker just kept saying, I'm like, God damn. And I've already seen the weird glamour shots that's been scrubbed for when Matt Walsh was trying it as an actor. They are just, remember, speaking of Matt, shout out to Matt from Fireball Productions. Remember we were making fun of some of his pictures that he took? Matt Walsh had some pictures that are just as embarrassing as our Matt. And they've been scrubbed from the internet. I can't find them anymore, but I was able to find them a few years ago when I was making fun of them. So I've had to, especially because he focuses on that quite a bit. He has the weird beard. He's had some weird speeches. Dolph kind of protests too much. I'm like, I think Matt Walsh is gay. Why are you gay? You are gay. So I don't know if he is, But Tucker seemed to apply that shit. He looked like he was trying him in that shit, and at least in that clip. If I was in Orange Man position, I'd milk socialites for every penny. Then again, being around E and Jiz Lane, the Clintons. I mean, these were all his friends. He was friendly with these people. So, rather you like him. I mean, listen, if you like him, that's your business. Wouldn't be surprised if a Jay-Z party happened at Trump Tower. He used to rap about Trump Tower, like I said. I'm at the Trump International. Ask for me. You would have to believe in some sci-fi shit as far as that bullet. That's the one thing that's for me. It's like, man, what do people think his ear on purpose with a red dot 150 yard? That's not possible. That's not possible to hit his ear and miss him and him survive. There's nobody on the. That's some. You know how comic books do shit? Like Bullseye could do that, Deadshot could do that, but that's like comic book level accuracy. Humans can't do that. We're not. No way can that happen. Not unless there's tech that we don't know about. That's the only way that could possibly happen. Is there's tech that we don't know about, and I couldn't even imagine how this shit would work. Couldn't imagine. No one should have missed at 150 yards. It almost looked like the Most High intervened, like, cause almost like he happened to move his head just the right time, and that's what it looked like. I don't know how you could possibly. That's the one thing I'm not gonna say. I have no idea how that shit could be done. How you pull that off? I just have no idea how you can. If it did, and they got some crazy high tech shit that I'm just not up on, some Magneto shit, that's fine. But I unless there's nothing in the realm of physics that I know, and the amount of inaccuracy of a human in the realm of both physics and physiologically what a human being's capable of, that tells me that could have been faked. Where's my money? Hey, LDG, what money? What money are we talking about? Forgot about that. Shout out to LDG. Been meaning to hit up to see what you're doing. Cotton Big Beautiful Bill. Oh, yeah. Full of some scary pork that will affect your life. See, that's the shit I'm talking about. I'm not a fan of that shit, man. I'm not a fan of that shit at all. Andrew, he even confessed. Who's that shooter? I forgot the shooter's name. Hey, Retro Richard. Politically makes no sense. I'm not sure which thing. Oh, build a brick. Oh, to have ran on it? Well, remember, he don't got to run again. He's already in his second term. So maybe he's just balls to the wall, don't give a fuck. And again, I think whenever he makes whatever mistakes he's made throughout this whole thing, he just said, the people who fuck with me is gonna fuck with me regardless. And I mean, a lot of the left did that too. Just the people who are on the side gonna fuck with us regardless. So their mistakes don't matter, and to some extent, it's true. And the reason he just ran on the conspiracy shit. He just went to, even in 2016, he went to Alex Jones because Alex Jones was remember Alex Jones was still on YouTube in 2016. So he just once he realized, and Joe Rogan was still big in 2016. Once he realized that crowd was so big, he just told them whatever they wanted to hear. Just like a pimp tells some hoes. And then the hoe bringing up something from 5-6 years ago. I'm not about to give you that. I said 5-6 years ago. Just like how a pimp do a hoe. All I gotta do is bullshit. Now, why he said the words he said to say there's no list anymore, and then I don't know that. Because he'd have been better off just lying. That's what would have been better off, just lying. Why the early stream? Because I didn't sleep. I was making music, and I'm like, you know what? Let me stream now. I will try to stream later. I'm going to try to get to sleep and stream later. But in case I don't, at least I got to stream in today. And because I don't think I'm going to get NFL video in, which they have not been doing well at all. First week did okay. Last week, AFC South did not do that great. We'll continue. I'm not sure if I'm going to do AFC West or NFC or AFC North. One of those. Daily Wire is nothing but containment. I agree. And I appreciate you being here, Richard, if I didn't say that. And hey, Brandon Holland, if I didn't say that. Small Time Republic's here. Lady Ballers with the Daily Wire seemed gay. What was that? Oh, yeah, that's some of the TV shows or cartoons they had. That shit all looked terrible. I forgot about Deadshot. DC lacking with these characters. Yeah, you can't pull it off. No. Cheap AR, cheap red dot. It's impossible. Talking 3MDA Max. I mean, I don't. You can't do that. That I can believe. The Patsy who died on the roof wasn't the real shooter. I can believe that. I just don't, like, again, I couldn't imagine how they would fake it. Unless it wasn't a real bullet. Like, I don't know. Everything the Daily Wire made look terrible. Man, I'm glad we're done with woke. I'm not saying it doesn't exist. Him being in a BlackRock commercial, what the fuck? And I'm not even going to teach you what the Daily Wire is. There's nothing to learn. There's nothing to learn. To teach you what that is just to teach you about homosexual boomers and homosexual Gen Xers and homosexual and there's nothing wrong with that. It's repressed homosexuality though. Right? So like that's all that shit's about. A bunch of like Matt Walshers. But yeah, Mr. I vaguely remember some of this shit. They were a conservative. They still exist, I guess. They're a conservative media company. That's the long and short of it. They make terrible stuff. And they shouldn't exist. Building right behind them, the open window cameras taken down around the building, hiding who was going in and out of the building. FBI director refused to acknowledge the amount of shell cases found around the shooter. Shots sound different. I mean, I didn't look too much into it. I just like, this, something's up. That's wacky shit. I couldn't tell you what happened. Y'all know more about what happened than me. But I definitely think it was a intelligence situation. That much I agree with. Now to what extent everything was, I couldn't tell you. But it was definitely, to me, some intelligence type shit. So, I don't know. And I'm doing other shit because I'm stupid. But I couldn't tell you, man. I don't know shit, man. I'm just some guy. I don't know jack shit nowadays, man. I barely know how to, get through a day. Studio One is on sale. And FL Studio is on sale. Sorry, I was looking on that off screen. Oh, man. Well, we'll leave it alone. I don't really need it more. Hey, Courtney. You asked for since you did, you asked and you shall receive. Trump got lucky, turned at the right moment. The shooter had a pro missing from 150 is embarrassing. Race evidence. I know Daily Motion. Shout out to Daily Motion. Daily Motion is cold. They got a lot. I don't know if they used to have a lot of cold shit. I used to watch a lot of New Japan shit off Daily Motion before they had New Japan World cracking. I don't know what happened, man. As far as you said that my thoughts is intelligent, especially because the fucking Patsy was in the BlackRock. But did they shoot or mess up? Maybe he was supposed to miss and almost hit. I don't know. Maybe it's one of those. Maybe that was it. He was never supposed to hit him. He was just supposed to wheeze by him, and maybe they just happened to clip it. And it's just that one in infinite space time, one in a millennium chance, one in the quadrillion chance. A clip is there. I couldn't tell you, because any explanation that's other than what is explained sounds crazy too. But I don't believe what was explained. So what the fuck can it be? Like you said, Pro can't miss from 150 yards. But then you see all this cheap equipment that the guy allegedly had. But then he clipped his ear. So how could a pro only clip his ear and not take care of the job? So I don't know. So you got follow-up shots, I see. Hey, as a matter of fact, motherfuckers in comments always trying to sound smartest people on earth. There's a lot of that. A lot of this bots, you gotta remember, that's something I remind myself, like, this person may not even be fucking real. Probably Pro was shot the first round, didn't hit him, didn't do the job, missed the follow-up. And then the kids start popping off rounds and got shot. That I don't know either. It's small time. You're right. If Trump gets capped 713, who would the Republican? How many be? I don't know. Would it have been Vance? I don't know what they would have done. They would have lost. I can tell you that. It would have been a steamroll win. If someone hadn't just turned right in the moment. I mean, it does sound retarded. That's because here's the thing about that. Let's say every explanation of this sounds retarded. It sounds retarded to say, hey, he faked it so he could be president and he risked his head getting popped off, and that somebody's gonna hit the miracle shot only whiz by his ear and there's a signal like this. How the fuck could they fake the shot but still graze his ear? Maybe he didn't graze his ear, but I don't know. Like what? That part's made up, maybe? And they just use a prosthetic? I'm going wacky world. How the fuck could they have faked it? But if they didn't, everything doesn't add up about this patsy. So, okay, they use an intelligence shooter. Well, how the fuck did an intelligence shooter miss? And if he did miss, it's the 1 in a trillion thing. The guy's at 150 feet, but fucking Trump just happens to move at the right motherfucking time. Why didn't they actually try it again? And it was that shit at the golf course. But I'm talking about, like, car crash, heart attack, gun, nothing. There's no other attempt after that. If they're going to attempt, why? Why go through the process of having a CIA asset do that and not finish the job? And how could you, if you think he's in on it, how could he trust someone to miss in that exact way when it's so, if the odds are just beyond the pale small? Those two questions, I don't know how to, I'm just a motherfucker on the internet. I don't know, understand the answer to them. They caught the guy at the golf course, but I'm talking, these people, listen. When intelligence wants to kill somebody, they kill somebody. That's the truth. When they want to kill, I mean, now you can go back in the day, they shot Reagan, but they didn't allegedly kill him at that time. Why do that? Because, I mean, unless you believe, what's the guy who was trying to impress, was he trying to impress Jodie Foster? Is it Hinckley? Then Biden drops out. A week later, probably thought he was next. Caught him when Trump was one hole away. But I just feel like these people, if they want to finish the job, they fucking finish the job some way, somehow. Like they got Castro. I don't know how they got Castro. Actually, about CNN. That was nothing. They didn't cover it. That whole thing was weird. And yeah, I don't think he was announced at a VP either. It would have been an open convention. Oh, my goodness. That assassination is just. I don't have the answers for that. Or they didn't. That's the point. I don't have any answers for that. I'll never know or understand that assassination. I don't even. I have no stance to tell you what happened. You know more than I do. Just do your research and assess what it is. My only thing is that maybe the shot. If you tell me that the shot just missed them completely and they're lying about the grazing of the ear, that's the most logical. Then we can live in a more realistic world, and that it was a false flag, not to actually kill him, but to make it look like it was to draw him support for him to win, for him to do all this Palantir bullshit, because that's what they wanted the elites to do. They just wanted. They also got to give you a bread circus, but the shot had no chance of hitting him. It was never supposed to hit him ever. And the shooter and the shit in this thing. That's the if I had to Occam's razor this, I'm not even saying I believe. I'm spitballing in front of y'all sleep deprived. You know what I'm saying? I'm spitballing sleep deprived. That's why I'm on real weight, because I've been up since last night making music, and I figured I'd stream now before I go to bed and take a nap. And I'm off on Mondays. And I've always been off on Mondays. I just usually don't stream this early. So spitballing it, that's the only thing that makes sense. His ear was fixed perfectly. So Cotton, maybe that's the real answer. Maybe that was the answer is they never intended to kill him. They never hit his ear. That was just narrative. Maybe they had a Hollywood blood pack to just pop on his ear so they can give you that image. And they just, because otherwise, because that's now we can think in something for a rational world with data. They say he got better plastic surgery than I haven't noticed the ear, honestly. That's the only thing I could think of. That would be the only thing I could think of. Because otherwise, I don't know. I have no fucking clue how I faked it. I'm spitballing because the other things don't make sense. I'm not married to this. I'm not married to any of this shit. I'm just I don't understand. Like you said, a pro hits the shot 100 times out of 100, and they damn sure try again. And they get the target. And he's still around doing. They still haven't done anything since he's been president. They would have got the target if they really wanted to. That's my thought. But I don't know. Chip and Joan drama. I don't even know who Chip or Joan is. Only Joan I remember is Joan Rivers, rest in peace, who died after talking about Big Mike. So yeah, I don't know. I'm just like I said, I'm spitballing. Cause that's the. Why did they? I don't know. Cause that's why I haven't really thought about. I have not really thought about this shit. Since it happened, right? So I didn't really, parse everything out. So I don't fucking know. I don't know who Chip or Joan is. I'm not even sure if I'm gonna show this, but I'll check. Joanna Gaines is super LGBTQ Christian couple TV personalities. Chip and Joanna Gaines for their HGT. I know a Fixer Upper. And Magnolia brand facing criticism. So this is okay. So they have a gay person in their show, or a gay couple, or gay throuple on their show. Why does this matter? I don't know what this is. Are they gay? Man, I don't give a fuck. I don't even, if you hadn't brought this up, I would have forgotten that Chip and Joanna exists or Fixer Upper exists. But why, sir? Why are you gay? I heard a Hollywood actor or Hollywood camera person and actor say it's so hard to fake a shot for Trump to return. Yeah, it's just. Yeah, faking a shot too. It's just like this. It's all, I don't know. It's just in the I don't know sphere. It's not going to make me no never mind, as the old heads may say, the old super old heads may say. It ain't going to make me no never mind trying to figure this shit out. I'll never know what the fuck happens. But does your mother know you're gay? Why are you gay? You are gay. Maybe it is that conventional story. Like, inspires, and some kid thought he was saving the world. And yeah, maybe. And just the one in a trillion thing, he just happened in his ear. Maybe. That's a lot of people got different narratives. Like I said, I hadn't thought about this until this got brought up right here. I don't know. It ain't gonna make me no never mind. I will say this. I am semi leaning with when I spitball, but it's like, I don't give a fuck. Just a thing that happened. Just a thing that happened to another human being that I'll never meet. It's never gonna make me a fucking. It's never gonna make me shit. It's never gonna make me. Like I said, don't make me no never mind. Another way, the movie International. The International. What's that? Brandon Harlem. What is this?
Oh, you're live with Stephen A. Real quick, go ahead.
Hey, Stephen A., I'm on break room right now. Where the hoes at?
Have a nice day.
I didn't show that, but it's funny. Somebody call it the Stephen A. show. Talking about he's on break mode. Where the hoes at? That's wild to tell another man you on break mode ever, bro. What the fuck? That's just crazy. See, that's the highbrow humor we need to break up the shit. So I don't know, man. Believe what you want to believe. None of the shit gonna make me know. Never mind. They not gonna release the Epstein list. They all only, as far as I'm concerned. Fuck them all. Fuck them all. Focus on yourself. Get better. Do your thing. And I'm looking up the International. What was it about? Interpol agent. Talking about corruption in a bank. Oh yeah, bank yard. It serves organized crime and corrupt governments as a banker and as an arms broker. Inspired by the BCCI scandal of the 80s that I'm not aware of. Affects international politics across the world. So I never heard this movie and not familiar with it. The Harlem that said that? Brandon Harlem. But is it one of those movies that got a lot of shit that like kind of lets you know how this shit really working? Because those, a lot of movies that say that. And then, so hey, listeners, hey, lovely Sherry, hey, Courtney, shout out to female empowerment. Dumb kid is explaining why the shots sound different. Different cameras around the building, SWAT team behind them. FBI director live about the wrong. Found all evidence of race. Who knows? Don't care enough to go deeper. I'm with that at this point. Dwarf show. International used 2 shooters. At the police ready to take one down. I see. A movie coming out called Sketch. Is it interesting enough to check out the trailer? Fizz? And we might get out of here. We might stream later. We will see. Oh, this is from 2024. Looks like. Oh no, it's going to be released in 2025. It looks like maybe it was made. They released that film festivals in 24, but it's going to be released for the greater audience this year. Okay. The film stars Tony Hale as Taylor Watt, a widowed father of 2 who is struggling to help his children come to terms with the death of their mother. However, one day, the sketchbook in which Amber has drawn visual representations of her grief absolutely gets dropped in a magical pool, resulting in the neighborhood becoming terrorized by strange monsters made of crayon wax and chalk dust. That seems pretty fucking interesting and weird. Quirky. And it was something that went at film festivals. How expensive was this movie to be a film festival movie Sounds like I see. It sounds pretty CG, heavy of a movie. Tony Hale was Forky in Toy Story. Okay, they're Pump Band Vigilante talking about the dwarves. I see. I listened to a bunch of their stuff. It's all that happy bouncy punk stuff. Not my thing. I see. Yeah, Cotton likes heavy metal, dark and heavy. Give the movie a watch. It is right worth a watch. Guys are one trumpet away from being ska. More short sketch has a budget of $4 million, huh? Wonder how they bring those type of visuals together for $4 million.
Amber, you're in.
Let's check the trailer out. Let's check what type of visuals they got. Appreciate you looking that up, lovely Sherry. And I appreciate Fizz tossing out a link, so we can just check it out. All right, I'm gonna shut up and play the trailer. Hopefully we won't get copyright claim. I'll be back.
Amber, you're incredibly creative. Here's the thing. Life is all about balancing the good and the bad. If you don't carry the good with you too, then it's just gonna make the bad stronger.
That's always kind of been her thing, right? Drawing?
All kids like to draw.
But has she always been so...
Iders.
Hiders. She's working through some stuff.
Are we orphans?
No, you have a dad. I'm alive.
Then what are we? What do you call an orphan that still has a dad?
Come on.
You know, feelings aren't bad. When you get angry, sad, or scared, put it in here, where it can't hurt anyone.
Is everything okay?
I found this place in the woods. We dropped Amber's notebook in it. And now I'm worried that Amber's drawings might be...
What are you talking about? What in the...
I promise I didn't want this. You're not an evil person just because you drew pictures.
I saw an eyeball with legs. When do you see that?
I know we're supposed to be scared of it, but it's kind of beautiful.
Amber was the only one doing what we're supposed to be doing. Not running from the pain, but feeling it.
Watch this. You guys ready? No, I don't want to do this. I have to go to the bathroom. You couldn't have gone before we put all this stuff on? I didn't have to go then. Now I have to go too. Oh my.
How did they get this done for $4 million? How? It looks pretty interesting. Young kids will love it. That was like when's the last time you seen a genuine fucking family movie? Like 20 years? How did they get that done with $4 million? With all the budgets that we get from Hollywood, that looked pretty good for $4 million. Oh my goodness, this movie might be it. I think that's something like family. This is a family movie like we used to get a ton of 80s, 90s, early aughts. That looked pretty solid, man. I see why you're excited about that, Fizz. That looked pretty good. And I can't believe $4 million is a budget. What the fuck is Hollywood spending these money? That's evidence right there that Hollywood is full of money laundering. Because that movie looked like it had some decent CG, decent amount of CG, and they got it done for $4 million. But no big names in the cast. So maybe do the actors eat up all the budget? Because I don't know what the fuck that's gonna like. What is Hollywood spending this money on? If that you can get that for $4 million, where's the money going? Court two-toning it. They're not like they did a few albums like that. You have to listen to the early stuff. Singers Crazy, Water Down Gigi. Let's see. Trump thing is so annoying because, like, for Christ's sake, it's no one on the level. Yeah. We did talk about that earlier, the Orange Man. We talked about the same things. We've been talking about the Orange Man, the Superman. Now that's impressive. Appreciate you being here, OG. Hold on, I'll show you something there. No Way Like Sky. Young kids will love this. They're going to love this. No, don't say Epstein Island. No, fuck that island. Why the fuck would you go to that island? Oh my God, a healthy expression of a kid working through the loss of a parent. What is the world coming to? It's far right extremism. It's fascism, plain and simple. Maybe the lack of reshoots. Yeah, Hollywood's budget was spent faking the Trump assassination, obviously. I can see this not meant to be not Cotton's thing. Even though you were interested in that Phoenician scheme. And that's a little hipstery movie. So I'm shocked that Hollywood can get that shit done for $4 million. That's an indictment of the whole Hollywood system. That did not look like that low budget movie, right? It looked pretty, and it has a share of CG. Now, granted, the models themselves are so childlike, and they might have even had a child draw them. They're not the most complex models. And maybe they use and maybe we're in a modern AI. Maybe that's why that budget's so small. That we're in this modern era, and now we can do some AI with some of the CG, and now we don't necessarily need to spend all this money. And you know what I mean? And just do real shots and add AI things. And maybe that's it. Maybe if you look it up, I don't know. That would make more sense. That just the AI usage makes a lot of the CG out of thing. But yeah, $4 million is unreal when you talk about, Wonder Woman 84 costs like $150 million, $200 million. Remember that? Crack House movie is a movie that's put on loop for children to watch when their parents get high. That's crazy. A future Crack House movie. That's crazy. I never heard that term, but that's a wild term. Costs a lot more power for AI than CG. However they got that done, that team needs to be impressed. That looked pretty good. And again, if that's $4 million, then what are they paying for? All right, what did Richard toss me?
You're live with Stephen A. What's up, Robert?
What's this?
Robert, it's your man Nico again. What's wrong, man? Why you want to talk to me, man? Don't lie either.
I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. You okay? You're live with Stephen A. What's up, Robert?
This ain't no Robert, it's your man Nico again. What's wrong, man? Why you want to talk to me, man? Don't lie either.
I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. You okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. Why you ask that?
I don't understand you.
What is there to understand? I'm on brick mode right now. Where the hoes at?
I got you. You're live with Stephen.
I'm on brick mode. Where are the hoes? Some questions we'll never know. Just certain, how did they build the pyramids? What happened in the Trump assassination attempt? And where the hoes are. We will never know the answer to these questions. Never. You have to learn to live with it. Learn to live with it. Every Wonder Woman movie release is more disrespect to your favorite character of all time. I didn't know what's your favorite character. Thought maybe Batman. Who's my favorite character? Oh, the Dwarves at Distillery from May 2012. 2 minutes, 53 seconds. You can check out the Dwarves before we get out of here. You guys were having a debate whether they were ska or not. I knew somebody who was really into punk, and a lot of that punk does get that ska vibe. More interested in why they built the pyramids? Yeah, it's probably a bigger question. Kal-El, no. He said they did Wonder Woman or Silver Surfer worse. That CG looks terrible, by the way. That's not only did they make her a chick, but that CG looks awful. Kal-El, no. 1,000 years from now, Melinda Carter still gonna be the greatest Wonder Woman of all time. That's a safe bet. They are not pop punk, though, I say. Aztecs did also build pyramids. There's pyramids all over the planet. Kal-El, no. So, yeah, it was actually for Cotton and Dildo, but I'm about to check out this punk band. We shouldn't get got. Hello, no. You already listened to it. She said definitely not pop punk. Let's check it out. Let's the whole class check out the Dwarves from 2012 in Calgary. We'll determine what type of punk band they are because we're experts. Fucking cool. That's fucking cool. I used to work at college radio station. I used to host a show with a dude. He was into punk. He put on Aquabats and all this shit. I do see where one of the songs sound like, man, they could have tossed the asshole with horns and called it a Sky song. And you had said start halfway through. I mean, it's punk. I know that, he went through like 10 songs because it's punk. But it's only 2 minutes and 53 seconds. But I fucks with it. So yeah, I just want to play the whole thing. And then what they gonna do? Copyright claim me with 1,200 views from 12, 13 years ago. I think I'll be all right. Honky Funk. It was pretty cool. Pretty cool funk. Pretty cool punk. But I guess Cotton's, if it ain't metal, he's not fucking with it. No punk stuff. No punk for him. That wasn't pop punk. They're pretty cool. We seeing them Friday and Sunday. Cool. It does remind me of like the coolness of punk. That short song, super intense. Doesn't matter, the lyrics are intelligible. I hate, that's a genre that's lost a lot to modern production. Is this, don't be put a fucking click track on a punk song? Like, what? I think punk should just have almost no production at all. Like, maybe you want to add synths and add, some post-punk maybe. But, like, it should really just be the band just wailing in for however long the song is. Really, they could do the whole album. I seen, what the fuck band was that? And it's like old footage. And they just basically do the whole album right then and there. that's, punk's all about based upon energy. But now we're in this perfectionist culture where they're using programmed drums, amp sims, and I get it. Everything to a click track. Then you put Melodyne or auto tune or some tuning on the voice. It's like, wait. And granted, that's more of a pop punk sort of thing, but still, it's like, well, what the fuck is the? Now you're losing the whole cool shit about the genre. Getting copyright hit by a punk band would be hilarious. Punk was okay. I just didn't like them. Yeah, no big deal. It's no big deal. No big deal. No worries. But it's just like, man, how did we get out of that just a band? And I thought the same about metal when they keep using those same fucking drum samples for blast beats. And it's so noticeable. Like, once you can hear it, you can't unhear it. And it's like, why? Why are you... The live drummer is the cool part. The live drummer, the live bassist, the live element is the cool part. Why are you dehumanizing it to make it all perfect and pristine? The fact that it made, maybe the guitar isn't the best guitar. Maybe it's slightly out of tune, but it's just a fucking raucous energy to it. It's not supposed to be perfect. It's supposed to be more raw. And same with punk and metal. I don't understand the production. You don't believe me? Look on YouTube. Because, some of the videos I watched, they're producing that, and it's just like, still this perfectionism to the production that, to me, takes away all the energy and drains all the soul. I think that's one reason we talk about this music doesn't have as much soul or as much energy. I think a lot of that is because it's so few parts alive to most music, and even where it is just like, and I do the same thing. We just create loops and then loop shit. But with a band, it's like you don't have to do that. You can use the band to its advantage. And the fact that, again, and I know this affects nobody, or maybe it does affect you, just don't realize it. But so many bands play the click tracks and use programmed sounds, and then even when they live use programmed and stems and tracks, it's like, what are we doing with live music? Why aren't we doing cool shit? Like, that's why swing stuff came. That's why swing stuff came into being in a dark age. It's just, and yeah, you can have swing digitally, but like the human swing is, and just each drummer swing with each bassist swing, and how that layers together, that interplay a band has, it's like, that's the coolest shit. You don't have to program and quantize and all that shit. Why are you doing it? Why are you fucking that up? So, but that's I know there's there's exceptions to what I said, the perfectionism, the overly perfect production. Where it's just like, man, my production's shitty, but that's because I'm just one dude. Our favorite incarcerated, the one guy that didn't get away with it, R. Kelly.
For someone to come home with me. Will it be you? Or will it be you? Or will it be one of you? All you have to do is be and over, baby. And you can come home with me. You can play house with me. You will be the mother, and I will be the daddy. Yes, I will. Everything is gonna be alright.
And yeah, what else? What else needs to be said? What else needs to be said? He's the only one in jail. Him and Maxwell. Him and Maxwell are the only motherfuckers in jail. Yo, they were gonna copyright claim us for that. Who got the copyright to that? Kiss my dick hole. Who copywrote that? He's in jail. Can't be him. His fucking algorithm copyright claiming that weirdo. Fuck that. But you know what's crazy? Imagine being some guy who was, you know, your whole job is hold a sign that says 18 and over. Then that shit doesn't even matter. That's the weird thing about the R. Kelly shit, man. He had a whole thing. And I don't know if he had clients. It does seem like this whole empire he had, he used the whole system just to fuck young girls, personally. I think, you know, we're in this weird age where there are a lot of teachers touching on their kids, and allegedly that happened to R. Kelly. I think that had something to do with him just being such a pervert and a degenerate with such a crazy appetite, man. Like, he would literally go to the McDonald's across the street from a high school in Chicago and just wait after school. When he did get a new chick, he would bring them to the studio and just sit them in the studio by themselves for like hours. And like 12, 13 hours. They can't leave the room type shit. And he had this whole little system of breaking them in and then kind of just getting rid of them. I mean, he was just literally banging out the Chicago school system for decades. And he had all these enablers, whether it was people at the school, whether it was people in his team. And it's just like, this was, if you ever look at Surviving R. Kelly, that's a hell of a watch, man. That's like, wow. This is some crazy shit. Now, maybe there was some hot sauce added to it, but it sounded fucking crazy. Yeah, wood chipper, man. Like, what the fuck? Maybe she is going to get pardoned if there's no list. Why wouldn't she get pardoned? Epstein Island Records. Shit, unfortunately, you take Epstein Island Records and Epstein Island movie productions, you're probably talking about trillions of entertainment dollars. Literally, maybe trillions. I'm talking about all the people on that list, especially you just go off executives. I'm talking about most of the entertainment, most of the politics. I mean, he by anyone's, or at least by most people's definition, was a Mossad agent. Yeah, shit, that Surviving R. Kelly. And if I made a mistake in the explanation, but a lot of that shit was true. I know that he was waiting outside that McDonald's in high school. I know he basically kind of keep the girls deprived for a certain amount of time. And I forgot how he ended up doing something with them. They were all under 18. It was just crazy. It was a whole system. It's a Lifetime thing. It was like, they used interviews. It was documentary. I don't know if it was A&E. I could look up who was Surviving R. Kelly. That's something you could probably find on High C's worst case scenario. Let me see. Maybe it's on Netflix. Maybe it's Netflix. And that's not telling me the. So it looks like it might be on Netflix. You're right. It was Lifetime. You're correct. It was a Lifetime documentary. I thought maybe it was A&E, but you're right. It was Lifetime. It's 3 seasons of it. Each season is pretty short, though. It's only 15 episodes of it. And I didn't see the whole thing, but I saw 1 or 2, and I was just like, oh, my God. Just all the weird. And the fact they all had such a similar story. It's like, man, this is a system. Many musicians who worked with Kelly refused to participate, as Lady Gaga, Erykah Badu, Celine Dion, and Jay-Z, and Dave Chappelle. And so, yeah, a lot of people didn't want to do it. Of course, Jay-Z don't want to do it because he was into the same thing, allegedly. How this guy's just fucking Teflon. Yeah, Leah was one. Trapped in the Closet was fire. The fact that guy wrote fucking season of television that rhymed, even if it was wacky. And listen, the guy's talent as a writer and a singer, even though he wasn't the greatest singer, still a pretty good singer. And talent of a songwriter, wrote a lot of songs. He wrote songs for Michael Jackson. And like I said, he wrote a season of television that rhymed. You know what I mean? It was like 35 episodes. Very talented dude, but like I said, I think a lot of that depravity came with what happened with him. And we in this weird world, if you see a story where a teacher abuses the kid, even if it's terrible details to that story, some asshole, I wish it was me, I wish it was me. It's like, what the fuck? Yeah, Lee allegedly was one. And he allegedly tried to marry her when she was 15. Wrote her a song, Age ain't nothing but a number. It was a popular song. A lot of girls are groomed like that. That's sad. You know what I mean? That's as much. This is a tangent. And I thought I was gonna get out of here earlier, but we're gonna get out of here on this. I think a lot of this quote unquote modern dating. I think that's one of the big issues that these girls are. And this has been an issue for years, even since I was younger. It's common that girls date older dudes, and sometimes they're dating way too old. And I can't remember, it may be 10, it may be 20, it may be less, but I think it's 10% of teen pregnancies has a man that is not a teenage father. The kid's father is not a teenage. So that means they're older. So that means that of all the team, 10% of the team pregnant or whatever the name, maybe higher than that. I can't remember the percentage. I think it's at least 10 though. So it's a significant enough percentage. See, date guys in your 20s in high school. It's not right, but it is what it is. I don't think that's the best. I think we're experiencing a lot of dating issues because of that now. Because a lot of women do it. It's very common. I was 15 when she was 25. I'm fine. Yeah. I mean, it's not, he was 17, 23, 30 girl, yeah. But it's common. I mean, it does. I guess, that does happen to dudes too. But actually, I don't think R. Kelly was in high school when I think he was like 12, 13. That's nothing. When the kids are 13, it's like, get the fuck out of here. I saw this one thing. They were taping these kids, and it was like some weird throuple type shit. And the guy would yell at the kids. Like, that doesn't seem fun. That's not just bad. So they might sometimes, you look into the story, like, they didn't just bag the hot teacher. This was some weird shit going on. They were being filmed, and dude watching them, and like, this is not what anybody, you think, no, this is no one's fantasy. This is no one's fantasy. So, 16 with a raver girl. I think you're 16. It's not 13. It's not 12. Or was I 17? Can't remember. 16, 17, then you start to get a little older. And I get the weirdness of 17 is bad off and then 18 is okay. You know what I'm saying? That's a thing too. But, and I mean, it is common for teenagers to date older, but let me see if I can find that teen pregnancy stat. Let me get the least percentage right. In America, caused by adult men. Okay, it's a quarter. 26 point. This is according to Google, and I'll just show you guys. This is Google's little AI thing. Oh, this is from NIH. Let's see the actual thing. Adult fathers responsible for 26.7 of births to very young adolescents were a mean of 8.8 years older than the mother. So, a quarter of births to adolescents as of this. I think it's an older study, but this is for kids under 15. It's that shame, right? Kids under 15 consistently getting pregnant by 20-year-olds. That's what this is telling us. This study is saying. At least a quarter of them. That's crazy. And this is it in California? The study examined the parental demographic and characteristics of most people over the age of 20, under the age of 20, and under 15 at the conception of their first birth in California. So this is basically California in the 90s. So this isn't a catch-all study, but just using that, if you use it as a random sample. So it in the same way I don't like the ratings because it's a survey, it would not be accurate to say a quarter of all births, right? But we can say that this study that was done in the 90s, using this criteria for California, came up with these numbers. Now, obviously, that's 26 some odd years ago. 26 years ago. So I don't know how accurate it is, but it's still fucking sick. 15 and younger. And a quarter of them have fathers that are in their 20s. So, yeah, that's non-shit. And so we have to establish that line morally and stick with it if we want to preserve ourselves as a species, right? We cannot let so much of our population just be this over-sexualized at such a young age. We don't know what the fuck that's going to do. And even if a few of us may have, oh, man, yeah, I was dating somebody older at this age, that mean it was right. You know what I'm saying? Not judging nobody. I ain't, no judgment. I'm just saying there's so much made. And, a lot of it's bullshit, a lot of it's content, a lot of it's just fuckery. But we are having an issue grouping up and coupling it up. I know economy's part of it, and those other things, but I can't imagine this is helping things. Because I don't know what the statistics are now. That's from the 90s. I'm not sure if they did a similar study since then. But it does seem like it's a common thing, at least amongst teen pregnancy, that, there's different numbers. Maybe that's worth another deep dive another day. Said Philly area in late 80s and early 90s is very different. I mean, shit, I knew somebody. Shit, I think I knew somebody. I think he was he 20? And I think he got a 15-year-old pregnant, I believe. Maybe she's 16, 15, 16. So, it's like I knew somebody basically in the same boat. Not quite as vast as a gap. And I couldn't tell you if he was 20 and 19 or she was 15 and 16. But yeah, it's still babies having fucking babies at the end of the day. And it's babies having babies with grown men. That's got to stop. And it's like, man, even me, like I told myself that I was joking, but I think I'm serious. Yeah, Josh Giddey type shit. I was telling Richard, like, I'm not gonna date nobody that doesn't have a girl that doesn't have 19 in her age. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna date somebody born in the 2000s. I missed my chance. I'm old. Fuck it. I just don't want to be. I don't want to be that old man dating a super young. Like that Belichick shit. I couldn't do that shit. Not that much younger. Maybe a chick in her 30s, 40s. If I'm older like that in the 70s, maybe 40s, 30s, 40s. I can still do, but not 20s. That just seemed wrong. It just don't seem right. You know what I mean? Not illegal. I'm not calling him a perv. I'm not saying he shouldn't. I'm not judging him. That's his life, his morals. Let him enjoy his life. He worked really hard. He's a millionaire, so he wants to trick off on a young bitch. It technically ain't legal according to Diddy, because he just had a RICO trial over tricking off on people. But it's a widely accepted thing. Whatever. It's just not for me. Just not for me to be just dating. Like I said, even 19. I said 19 in her birth. So that means she was born 99 or before. I was born 87. Even that is a 12-year gap. as you age, it doesn't look as bad. You know, somebody 32 dating a 44-year-old doesn't seem that crazy because they both old. And you're 50 and 40, you're both old. 60, you're both of us fucking old. So it's just at certain points, like, whatever. But I can, you know, if Bill Belichick's like 70, 80 with a 25-year-old or some shit, it's like that's even the Leonardo DiCaprio thing, which apparently I guess his new girlfriend is over 25. But just being 50 dating a 24-year-old, you don't feel weird about that at all? Or a 22-year-old, you're 50 something, you're cool with this? This doesn't fuck you up at all? I don't know, man. Get your Leo on. I can't do the Leo thing. I like I said, that puts her. I am 37. I'll be 38 in a few months. 99 and what's that? 26. It's 26. That's a solid. And so going up 26, 27, yeah, that's a solid thing. No one in the 2000s. No one in the 2000s. Until maybe 2030. And just use 30 as the low cutoff. Because if you're 30, you're a grown-ass woman. It's like, if you want to date a 50-year-old at 30, I mean, fuck. That's your business. But still don't want to be trick-off man. I'm not saying, I want to do okay financially. I'm not, like, tripping on, like, things. Which that's the whole thing. But just that idea that this person doesn't love me, I have to buy my love and attention from somebody in this pseudo-prostitutional relationship. Prostitution-esque relationship. It just seems silly. It seems silly. I'm not doing it. Yeah, your situation, you said that father in his 50s, mom was 18. Having an older father. That's too much of a gap, man. I was in high school, could have been sisters. That's great. Your dad was 38 with a 19-year-old. 2 siblings from that. That's crazy. Her and I had mutual friends. That's crazy. At least older than your daughter. Fair enough. I was in high school. Could have been sisters. Father, yeah. I mean, I guess dad by whatever ways, but barely. That's how Theo Von was, older dad. Yeah. And that's not. I don't want to be an older dad either. A lot of people starting families in their 50s. It's like, I can't guarantee I'm going to be around that. You know what I mean? I mean, best case scenario, I'm set up a little better financially and he can inherit shit. But, money's good. Money's important in this world. But I won't be really there to raise them. And plus, I don't know, man. I missed my chance to be a parent. I missed my chance. And that's cool. And I'm cool with that. I don't think it's the biggest tragedy since I had kids. Daughter's in her 30s now. Let's see. Yeah, I can't, especially for son, they need their dad. Women need their dads. Everybody need their dads. Women and men do better with their dads in their life than without. Statistically speaking, a lot of single mothers were raised by single mothers. Imagine everywhere you walk, everyone calls you your dad, your grandfather. Yeah, that's got to be crazy. But all right, we're just talking about stuff. I may do a stream a little bit later. Maybe doing a stream. Yeah, everybody needs their dads. But if not, and if I hopefully see you later this week. It's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun. Appreciate you guys being here. If you like the video, please like the video. That's important. If you're so obliged to share and subscribe, please do that. And even if you do none of these things, thank you for watching. Thank you for your time. Good night. God bless. I'll talk to you guys later. Oh, man, it's messed up. His father got cancer and a stroke when only 5 years old. And it say Brobo rat trick on the... Ugh, see, that's not good. Don't trick. Don't trick. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.